My name is Nismo Nick, and this is a 2023 Nissan Z. And as you all know, these cars are impossible to find, and they're extremely special, at least in my opinion. And so this one had to get shipped in all the way from New York for some very special customers who have spent the last 20, 30 years collecting and loving Nissan Zs.
See something in the distance here.
Well, the color's even prettier than I thought.
So when they asked me a couple years ago if I could find them a Syrian blue on Blue Performance, I didn't know what I was gonna do. That's a hard car to find. And somehow the Nissan gods aligned and I was able to find their car. So I want you guys to follow me as we take this very special Z down to their house, look at some of their other Zs, and finally make their 2023 Z dream come true.
It's been a long time.
Wow. Look at this. Wow.
Ah! I love it. I love it. I am so excited. Welcome home, my baby.
Finally arrived. Wow.
Ah! Do you know the color's even better than I remember? Ah! What do you want me to say? I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen often.
Enter my queen.
Yeah, you've been how long, how many years?
2 years we've been waiting for this. 2 years. I said somebody doesn't want me to have it. Okay, I'm almost in. I had to wear blue and it's almost the same color.
Aren't you gonna give it a start?
It's an explosion
Well,
of blue.
I didn't know where the keys were. I'm just so excited. Okay, we going for a ride? And I'm gonna back up a little bit. You're not doing me backing up. You're not going to see how bad I back up. This is a nice big one. I love it. I am so excited. We'll go up this way because I don't have my license on me. Get Bill nervous. He knows I do like speed sometimes. It drives nice. That was the cul-de-sac I was going to go down, but what the hell?
Cruising.
We're gone. We're headed to Vegas. Well, I was making sure you stopped, lady. She put her hands up in the air. I'm not trusting anybody. Oh, this is fabulous. Nissan, you got it right. I'm so happy. 2 years I waited. It was worth the wait. That's my baby. Baby Blue, until I could come up with a good girl's name that means blue. That I'll remember. Look at this guy.
Here's the homage to the old, to the original Zs, the 240.
I was watching an old Murder, She Wrote last night from the 80s. And there was an accident and there was a sports car and I said, that's a Z. And I knew it by I couldn't read it, but I knew by the emblem.
See what it says there? Since 1969.
1969.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
So you all know by now who I am. I am Nismo Nick, but I want to introduce someone, actually a couple, of Z enthusiasts that have been together for a very long time and have been loving Zs for a very long time. This is Celeste and Bill Gilbert, and I have now just brought them their 2023 Nissan Z, finished in Syrian blue with the blue interior. It is an automatic performance model. She has wanted this car for
2 years.
Yeah, and we thought that there was a point where she wasn't going to get it. And I was always looking and I was trying to find one, and finally the stars aligned. I found one in New York. We were able to lock the car down. We were able to get the car here, and now we are finally delivering her kind of dream Z at this point, the one that we didn't think was going to happen.
Right. It's really a dream because we have a lot of these. But the only one that I think of that is automatic is the Zap. No power steering, no power brakes,
Yep.
And I drove it once and said, oh, this ain't for this old lady. So I am so excited to have a car that has everything new and power steering and,
So when you first saw the car come out a couple years ago and they debuted it, what did you think when you saw it for the first time?
I fell in love. When I saw it, Colorado, Z-Con, they had it there.
Yep.
And I can't remember the guy's name from Nissan, but he knows us.
Dan Pass. Dan Pass.
Okay.
He no longer works for them.
Well, I said, can I sit in it? He said, absolutely, just let's wait a little while till all the crowd's gone. And then I sat in it, and I have pictures of me in it, and I said to him, I want that car. It's not yours, it's my car.
So when you saw the car for the first time, did you immediately see all of like the influences of the other Zs?
No,
You didn't see the hood bulge or the styling, you just wanted the car.
I have to be honest, I did not.
Okay.
I saw the shape,
Yep.
the color, and that was enough.
Now, when you saw the car for the first time, did you notice all the different styling cues of the other Zs?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There was the homage to the original 240Z in the headlights there.
Yep.
And then in the rear tail lights, homage to 300ZX.
Yep.
Plus the badging, the Z on the side.
Yep.
On the pillar here, again, homage to the 240Z. They just did a great job with the overall design. I think this is obviously the best Z ever built.
Sometimes when you do like a car that tries to encompass a lot of retro styling or different cars, they don't do it well.
Exactly.
They try to like overdo it or pick one example. I think Nissan kind of took every styling cue of all of the Zs and was able to put it in a car that kind of represents it all very well.
That's exactly what Jay Leno said when he did
We have
his
good taste together.
when he did his review of it on his show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nissan absolutely nailed it. I mean, the subtle change, the katana sword here, they just did a beautiful job with it. Some people complaining that it's sort of the same platform from the 370. There are a lot of similarities with the platform, but they have tweaked it quite a bit also. They had to, so it's just a great looking car. And
That's what I like about it is it still feels like a Z, and that could have gone a couple different ways. Nissan could have changed too much of it and taken the Z out of it, but it still drives
No.
like a Z. It sounds like a Z, and I think it now very much looks like all the Zs.
absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Now I love this one, but this one's even better.
So what does this car mean to you? This specific one, what does this Z mean for you?
It means that I'm finally getting to pick one sports car for myself
That you want.
that I wanted.
The way you wanted it. And those, I know that we had talked about, it was a few months ago, I found another blue one. It had a black interior, and it was a no. And I think that you kind of got to a point where you wanted to, maybe you should have got that car because we didn't know if we were going to get you one.
Right, but my thing was I waited so long, so why settle?
Mm-hmm.
I figured eventually somebody would sell one.
Yeah.
And if I had to buy it used, I had to buy it used. I'm a very patient person. Not.
No, but you did good though. So this car actually got to me, last Thursday? Last
Wednesday.
So we attended Z-Con over the weekend in California, and so I've had this car in my possession now for 4 or 5 days, and this is the first time they'd get to see it. So I got it delivered to me, which I thought was kind of cool. It got delivered to work. I took it home. I put it in the garage, and so it's finally cool to get it to them and get it to you, and for you to see what I saw that night that it was delivered.
One of the things that was so cool is we were at an event from Z-Con, and we were on the bus going back to the hotel, and Nick sent me, I think it was a text or a call, and I said, is my car there? And he said, no. And so since I'm so calm and cool and collected, I started to hyperventilate, and this guy stole my car. And he's like, take a deep breath and walk with me. And he let me watch it being unloaded, upload, whatever, off the transport. And then he put it in front of the dealership and took fabulous pictures. So I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, what's interesting about this car is we tried for a long time to get you the car, and then after we got the car, the buying process, and we'll keep it limited, was not the easiest process. And
Typical New Yorkers. What can I say?
coming from one.
Wait a minute, we're from New York.
So is he.
And then the shipping, you know, it was the transport truck broke down, and the transport truck was late, and Monday turned into Wednesday, and noon turned into 8.
Well, they were supposed to be here Thursday or Friday before we left, and then maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday.
Like the universe wanted to really make you sweat.
Somebody does not want me to have this.
I was like, oh, this is going to Celeste. Let's make it the longest process possible.
Let's see how patient she could be. Not? Oh, absolutely. When you drove that up and I saw that color in the sun, it just all came flooding back why I wanted that car. And now I have to figure out which garage.
I know. We'll get to that later. There are a couple garages here, and we're gonna sit down and talk about the other Zs, the other cars.
Not enough room even with the...
Yeah, I mean, you guys have some, luckily for you, this might be going to a new home very soon that we'll have to announce later, but...
that I know he will take care of and love it.
Oh, yeah. I'm just very thankful I was able to get you your car.
I pray for you every night.
I know. I know.
I introduced him at Z-Con as my hero.
Oh, yeah. And that's what makes this car special for me, is if you guys have watched me, you know my comment on the Z. I filmed a lot of Z content. And for me, these cars, you can't get them. They're hard to get. Dealers are, if you can even find them, they're marked up, and they're a very hard car to get. And being able to get these very rare cars to specific people that want them the most is probably the satisfying part of the new Z history for me. Is not only do I love the car and I love the brand, but the people that love the cars, it's just really special to be able to make, you know, your dream car come true.
And you got it
I'm
exactly the way we wanted
And
it.
that's
The blue with the blue interior.
There was no compromise. We got the blue on the blue, the performance. It's brand new. We didn't have to go use. So,
And I'm speechless. And anyone who knows me will tell you that is a rarity.
yeah, that is that's not a common thing. So I think that you guys should stay tuned. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk about some other cars that they have and how long they've loved the Z, and then we'll go from there.
Hey,
And the first time I saw this car was at the New York Auto Show.
Nismo GTR was the one thing I really liked about it was how high the wing was on the back.